Alright, welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. Today we are going to be taking care of our chimney for the year. So it's coming into fall. We've got some cold temperatures coming up. We want to get the wood stove going for the year, and want to make sure the chimney is cleaned out and free from any bird's nest or clogs and any soot or creosote from last year. We want to get that all cleaned out of there so we don't have any chimney fires or issues. I'm going to show you a couple tricks, things that I've learned through the season last year. I am no chimney sweeping expert, but the process is pretty simple. I'm also going to show you a scare that I had last year and something that really could have hurt us. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware of these things. And so we'll show you that here once we get the chimney cleaned up. We'll inspect it, and I'll show you where we went wrong last year and a little quick fix to solve the issue. So the number one thing that we're going to need is a chimney sweep system or tool. There's lots of them out there. The one that I got is available on Amazon, the Soot Eater. It's a rotary chimney cleaner, and it basically comes with all of the flexible bars. I think it's 21 feet worth of these. Like it's almost like tent poles. They're real thick. They bend a little bit, and they go together. And we'll show you how this all works. And it comes with the head. This is the chimney sweep itself, and all that this uses is weed trimmer or string trimmer string. And so you can buy this at Home Depot, any hardware store. When this wears out, you just pop new pieces through there. It's super simple to use. You just want to use a real heavy duty string for it, and it's all in the instructions, tells you what to do. Comes with the head here, the adapter that adapts these poles to your drill, and a little tool to connect things together and undo, a little Allen wrench basically. So I am going to be using a battery powered screw gun or drill here. This is a DeWalt 20 volt. It's not super powerful, but it's plenty for this. You don't need anything super special, but I would have a couple of charged up batteries handy because you will be running it pretty, continuously when you're sweeping this thing, and you might go through a couple batteries. Now, if you have this DeWalt system, I would highly recommend investing in one of these high capacity batteries. Now, these are not cheap. This one was actually given to me. Thanks, Captain Jimmy. This has made a huge difference for me. This thing lasts just about forever, it seems like, and it's way better than these the batteries that comes with it. So something to think about. The other thing that I would highly recommend that you have for this job or any job, since we're accessing ours from the bottom here and there's not a lot of clearance, I have one of these 90-degree attachments for my drill. So you put the drill in this way, and it comes with a regular chuck here that you can put anything in. You can use this for all kinds of things, but this just helps me get that 90-degree angle underneath the chimney here, so I can get into it pretty easy, and I'll show you this in just a minute. So Amazon links for all this stuff. Man, this thing is so handy to get into tight spaces. And the other thing, we're going to be cleaning mostly the outside of the chimney today. I'm not going to talk too much about the inside, but I will show you a little bit of what I do. It's pretty simple. You want to have a dust mask for this stuff. You're going to be getting soot. It's super fine. It gets in the air. It's going to get in your lungs, so you might as well have a little dust mask. Doesn't have to be anything special. Just a cheap one is fine. So let's get this all put together here and cut to length. We're going to adjust the sweeper head so it fits in our 6-inch stovepipe here. I have a brand new one here that we're going to be opening and put together because I broke the one last year by trying to bend these poles too much to get underneath this thing, and that's why I bought that 90-degree attachment for my drill. I broke a couple poles last year. So I have a new set we're going to put together today and show you how it all works. So this set does come with a complete set of instructions. It tells you how to pretty much clean a chimney in any configuration, whether you have to clean it from the top down, the bottom, inside the stove directly, or whether you have a clean out outside like we do here. This is very similar to what we have in this diagram. So this goes through all those different ways to do it. So if you get this kit, you've got all the instructions you need. I'm going to show you how we clean ours. We do have that outside access there, which I'll show you in a minute. But the strings come at a long length, so I think you can clean up to 8-inch diameter pipe here. We only have a 6-inch diameter pipe, so we only need to cut these down to about, I'm going to cut them at about 7 inches. So we'll cut these on each side so that we have a total diameter of about 7 inches from here to here and here to here on this the whip. So these all have a push fitting. So you're just going to push that in, and it snaps right into place. So the tool that comes with it's not just a regular Allen wrench. It does have a point at the end of it, and that's actually going to help get these apart. So you'll actually stick it right in here to press that button down so you can release these to add new pipes or to take this off and clean it at the end. The inside of this also has a hex or Allen key that this is how you tighten or loosen to release the string and add new string to it. So you just loosen that up, feed new string right through it, and then tighten it back down, and it pinches it in there. So it's just a nice, long-lasting, easy-to-use tool here that you can replace the whips on. So it should last a long time. All right, so down at the other end, I'm going to put in our drill adapter. And then I'm going to add my 90 attachment to the bottom. So our chimney here has about 20 feet on the outside, and I've got 21 feet of pole there so I can get to the top. This is a kit that we purchased at Home Depot, so I'll put a link in the description to this on Home Depot. This T kit and this triple wall vent is really nice, super easy to install. Comes with the through the wall, kit here and the support brace and all that stuff. And right underneath the support brace is an access cap that we can get to run our chimney sweep up. There's a cover that comes off here. And then we've got our cap. There's a couple screws in this that are kind of hard to get to, so we'll get those screws off, and this cap will come off the bottom, and then we'll be ready to put the sweep in there and start cleaning. So this is where I had a big problem last year, right up here at this cap. And so I've just brought up one section of the piping here, tubing, and with my sweep at the end. And I'm just gonna run this along this screen just to knock anything out of here. So this is the standard ridge cap that comes with this, I think this is Duravent, yeah, Duravent triple wall stovepipe. This is the cap that they sell, and it has this, I don't know what these 1/2-inch squares. This keeps birds and other things out from flying into the chimney, and you can see I have holes cut in that. Right there, I cut some pretty good sized holes on all sides of this. What happened last year, I was burning a lot of softwoods and letting a lot of fires go overnight. It just had a smolder. I would turn the air vents down and just try to keep coals in that stove overnight. Well, what happens when you don't have a complete burn is you get a lot of creosote buildup, especially way up here. Remember, this is cold. So in the colder months of the year, this metal here could be 10 degrees or less, and that warm smoke comes out, and it just that creosote just condensates right out of there, and it sticks to all this wire. And what had happened last year is it had clogged this wire up almost completely, and there was barely any, when I came up here, it was completely clogged, just a few little holes left in here, and I was actually getting smoke seeping out of the cracks of the stovepipe inside. And I noticed it one night before I went to bed. I noticed there was smoke coming out of the, little bits of puffs of smoke coming out of the stovepipe, and you should never have that because of the draft. But I turned everything off, and the next morning I came out and inspected it, and it was completely blocked off. We have had a bird get into the wood stove. That's, I guess, one of the downfalls of having this open. A bird flew in and got into the wood stove the other day. But if anything built a nest or anything like that in here over the summertime, I'm gonna come out and inspect this and clean this whole chimney just like I just did today. And I run that brush. That brush came all the way up in here and spun around, and I actually let it hit the top of this. And so that thing spins around all in here. So this pipe is completely 100% cleared out now. I know that for sure. So I know this is gonna bring up the question or comment, oh, you can't burn softwood, you can't burn pine, you can't do this and that. Well, you can. You can certainly burn any kind of wood you want in your wood stove. The downfall or the side effect of burning softer woods or higher tar woods and things like that, like pine, is that you need to clean your chimney more often, you need to inspect it more often. So my rule now, since last year, since that kind of that happened last year, is that I was coming out here every 90 days to inspect it. Now I come out here every 30 days. So every 30 days I have a note set up in my phone, and I will come out here and I will get on the roof and I will inspect the ridge cap, and I will just do a quick chimney sweep on it. At the very latest, maybe 45 days, and it depends on the time of year and all that kind of stuff, but at least an inspection on it every 30 days, just to make sure that things are clear and that everything's looking good. So when you run the wood stove as much as we do here, which is, you know, as much as we possibly can, almost always, you're using it a lot, and you're gonna end up with some creosote buildup. So you wanna make sure that everything's clean and safe. You don't wanna have chimney fires. You don't wanna have anything clogged up. You wanna make sure that you're running this thing as safely as possible. So look at all that soot. Quite a bit of soot there we got out of the chimney. So nice and clean in there now. Shouldn't have any issues, and we'll double check it in another 30 days or so. So all we have left to do now is we'll put the cap on outside here and the cover. But before we do that, I'm actually going to bring the pipe that's on the inside, but it's connected from the wall to the wood stove. I'm going to bring that pipe right out here. Instead of cleaning it inside and getting dust everywhere, I'm just going to take that pipe right off and bring it right outside, and we'll run our whip through it and clean it all out, and then we'll get this all put back together. This little piece here that goes from the inside of the house to the outside of the house, I just run that whip through there once or twice and just vacuum it out, make sure it's all clean, and then we'll get our stovepipe from outside cleaned out and then put this back together. And we'll also take this opportunity to get a vacuum in here on the top of the wood stove and just make sure this is cleaned out a little bit. Now's the time to do that since we have it apart. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for cleaning out the chimney. Like I said, it's really important to make sure that you at least inspect your chimney, whether you have a regular ceramic or tile chimney, or whether you have a metal triple wall or double wall chimney like this. This stovepipe, even with a extremely hot, long burning fire going in here, is cool to the touch on the outside. So the triple wall is really amazing. It really keeps the house safe, and even if there was a chimney fire, it actually is supposed to contain the fire in here and not really cause an issue. So this triple wall pipe is really great. This is Duravent, like I said. I'll link all that stuff in the description, everything that I used here for this over on Home Depot. That's why I ordered it online and got it that way. I also recommend having a good carbon monoxide detector. We have a one of the Nest smart fire alarms, smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector downstairs in the wood stove area, the living room. And so that actually alerts my wife's phone and my phone, and it goes off and it talks to you and everything, like if it detects carbon monoxide or smoke or anything, and it's really handy to have. So another thing that I just highly recommend, you just want to make sure you're safe. Wood stoves are awesome. It is great to cook with this thing, heat with this thing. I mean, we don't spend money on propane barely at all during the year, just very, very little. You know, we save a whole lot of money burning with wood, and it can be very safe as long as you be careful and check on things and keep your chimney clean. Hopefully some tips that helped you guys out. If you're looking to clean your own chimney or get a wood stove, you kind of know what's involved. It is a little bit of extra work, but well worth it to keep your family safe. So tips and tricks are welcome as always down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe if this is your first time to the SSL Family Dad channel, and don't forget to hit the bell next to that subscribe button so that you get notified when we post new videos. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.